welcome to practice. We're going to begin laying down. I'm already here. I find the floor so reassuring. Mm. Finding your spine, the gentle curves of your spine and the soles of your feet touching the floor lightly. Legs bent, feet hip width and parallel. Turning the palms up. Mm. And as you exhale, pressing your lower back into the floor. And as you inhale, arching the lower back away from the floor. Continue with that movement and feel how the body follows. Those beautiful curves of the spine. Feeling the flow of breath traveling along the spine. Flow of energy. All the messages from the body to the brain. Brain to the body. Press your lower back to the floor now and hold it there. And we're going to take the arms overhead and face the palms. And lift as much of your torso off the floor as you can. So you might only be lifting a little way. We've got the weight of the arms keeping us on the floor. So lift a little or as much as you can. And imagine you could draw a circle with your torso or with your fingertips in the air there above your head, above the floor or away from your head. So we're taking the torso up and around in little circles. Good. And then the other direction. Hard to keep the neck relaxed here. A little dry. And laying back down. Good. We'll leave the arms overhead. Press your lower back again into the floor and then lifting the lower back. Good. We're going to try the same thing, but we'll put the hands under the back of the head so it's easier to rest your head into your hands. Lift as much of your torso as you can off the floor, but press your lower back into the floor. Good. And now imagine the top of the head is drawing a circle, but try to make the movement from the torso. So not so much the neck. Just keep the neck relaxed, not long. So push the neck with your strong arm. And then the other direction. And then release. And relax. Take the arms overhead again. Press your lower back into the floor as you exhale and arch your lower back away from the floor as you inhale. And continue with that kind of breathe. Good. Press the lower back into the floor and hold it there. Lift up your leg straight up. Okay. Pressing the lower back, drop the feet towards the floor. Just a little so you can feel the core of the body engaged. Good. Point your toes and draw a circle with your toes in the air, just past them. Good. Reaching your leg. Keep your lower back pressing down. See how it wants to arch away from the floor. And breathing. Keep the neck relaxed. Ooh. And the other direction. Ah. Bend your legs, put your feet back on the floor, hip width and parallel. Press your lower back into the floor as you exhale, and as you inhale, arching the spine away from the floor. So breathing in that way. Good. Press your lower back to the floor and hold it there. Lift your legs straight up. Drop them away a little bit further if you want to really test the core of the body, or not so far if you find that's too strong for your back. Good. Press your lower back. And again, making a circle with the tips of the toes, drawing a circle in the air. Try to keep the neck relaxed, the throat and the chest. Ooh. And then the other direction. Feet back to the floor. Press your lower back into the floor as you exhale. And as you inhale, arching the spine, stretch your arms and keep flowing the movement, following the breath. Good. Release your arms. Pick your feet up off the floor. We'll have the arms down on the floor beside us. Sorry, just pick your right foot up off the floor. Put the left one back down. Got parallel legs and the right knee is at 90 degrees. And we're going to make circles with the spine is nice and relaxed now. Neck relaxed. Try to get right into every edge, corner, curve of the movement of your ankle, so that you can feel your muscles tiring quickly. And that'll be probably muscles in your leg, maybe the top of the foot, maybe your calf and your shin, and then the other direction. So really, really try to explore the limit of your movement. Good, and then forward and back. I really recommend this sequence anytime you really need a reset for your feet, your ankles, your knees, your hips. You can take a bit longer. I'm just doing a little bit in practice today. So release that leg and lift up the left leg. So parallel legs, left knee 90 degrees. Okay, exploring your circle, sort of circle of movement. But really try to find the edges so that your muscles get tired faster. So not so much about the speed or how many you do, but really how much you can reach your foot into those awkward edges of your movement. Good. And then the other direction. We're keeping the knees still. Okay. Mm. Oh, good. And then press your toes back and forth away from you. So plantar flexing and dorsiflexing. Mm. And then releasing. Good. We're going to go hands on the tummy and following the breath, your movement. Exhaling, pressing your lower back into the floor. And inhaling and arching your spine away from the floor. How reassuring is this movement? Mm. Everything in its place. Beautiful. And then we're going to roll gently over to the right side and come into forward Virasana. Another old yoga friend. Forward Virasana. Mm. Whether your pelvis is touching the heels or it's higher up, anchor the pelvis so that you can stretch your torso away from there. Mm. Mm. Feeling the flow of breath. And then downward facing dog pose. Lift the heels high, bend the knees, and take the hips high and keep taking them back so the spine is lengthening. The armpits are lengthening and your head is just hanging down. Feel each fingerprint sharing the weight, the base of your index fingers taking a little more, the elbows a little bit bent, and feel the flow of breath. Good. And then we're going to try and draw a circle in the air with the hips. So you might need to move your shoulders a little, taking the chest forward and back to help you make a circle shape. Oh. And the other direction. Mm. Good. And now come back to center and press your heels, lift your kneecaps. Letting your head just hang down. Feeling the flow of breath, that energetic movement along the legs and spine, the arms. Beautiful. And then knees to the floor and rest into your version of child's pose. I like my knees wider to make room for my tummy. Finding your flow. Both the comfort and the awkwardness of your body in this posture. Everything in its place. Beautiful. Come into a an all fours position. We're going to step the right knee forward to the right wrist. Now we're going to take the left leg back, and you can either keep your right heel under your right hip bone if your knee doesn't bear much twisting, or scoot the right foot forward towards the left wrist. And then slide your left leg back. So you're in that preparation for Ekapada Rajkapotanasana, pigeon pose. Walk the hands as close to your body as you can, so you're making a little bit of a back bend shape. Good. And even lift right up onto your fingertips. And we're going to press down through the bones of the fingers by wrapping the hands around imaginary tennis balls. So you're on your fingertips. You have long nails. A bit tricky. Good. We're going to draw the shoulder blade forward, the spine forward, lift the breastbone, and looking up. Press the top of your left foot, lift the kneecap away from the floor. The leg is active. The left gluteus muscle is squeezing. Oh, beautiful. Step back into all fours. And then downward facing dog pose. And press your heels. Feeling the flow of breath. Good. And then coming into all fours, knees to the floor. Step your left foot forward. Bring the left knee forward to the left wrist. Either keep your heel under your hip bone or scoot the left foot towards the right hand. And straighten the right leg back behind you. So we bring the hips as close to the floor as they'll go. Good. Walk your hands in as close as they can reach so that you're making a little bit of a back bend shape. And we're going to be up onto the fingertips. So they're wrapped around tennis ball. Press down through the bones of the fingers. Good. And lifting the breastbone. Pressing the top of the foot, lifting the kneecap, drawing the spine forward. Squeezing the right gluteus muscle this time. Finding the flow of your breath. Beautiful. Stepping your left knee back and coming into downward facing dog pose. Finding every fingerprint, pressing the heels. Good. Bend the knees. So the heels come up high, but we still press the heels back. So the knees are bent, almost coming towards the floor. Good. And then draw a circle with your knees. Let your body move to follow. Find what is awkward, what is comforting. Follow with the breath, with the awareness, the focus, other direction. Nice work. We're going to take little steps forward. So come back to center, start to walk your feet forward. As you walk your feet forward, take the opportunity to really stretch your feet. So try to lift the heel high before you lift the foot all the way off the floor. The ball of the foot stays on the floor. And then at some point you run out of room, find that feeling and then walk your hands in so you can roll up. Arms all the way up. And Tadasana. and come to the front of the mat. Inhale, arms up, look up. And as you exhale, halfway into a forward bend, knowing that you've really given your spine the best chance for a healthy feeling here. All right, we're going to draw a circle now with the top of the head in the air in front. So the torso is going to make a nice big circle. Noticing the sensations as the body follows along. So the sensation of the hamstring stretch, shifting from side to side. Good. The other direction now. Keeping the back of the neck nice and long. Feel the core strength as the whole core, front, sides, back of the core, are working to stabilize. Beautiful. Center now. And just for a last couple of breaths, let your body be very floppy. Let the spine just hang down, the skin of your spine stretch long. Let your head hang down. And then roll. All the way up. Good. Bring your hands in front of your heart. And we're going to step the left foot back. Keep your feet parallel from side to side. And we're going to press the back heel down onto the floor. So only a big enough stance that you can keep your back heel pressing. If you want to feel a stretch, so you can always wiggle your feet a little. Good. We're going to bring the left hand onto the tummy and the right hand onto the sacrum. And we're going to turn the hips towards the right side and let the spine, the torso follow. Good. Keep the back heel and pressing down. Good. And then you can take your arms straight out from your shoulders. They're probably sort of you're making a cross shape if you look down at you from above. And then see if you can keep turning the torso now until you get your arms almost parallel to the edges of your mat. Shoulder blades stay down. Good, and then come back to the front. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Step forward and balance on your right foot. Feel around in the air in front of you with your foot. And you're going to reach as far as you can and as high as you can, as far as you can. And then place that foot down, hip width parallel. Beautiful. Right leg is going to step back and keep your feet hip width parallel from side to side and find front to back the stretch you need to press your right heel. But we have straight legs, strong legs. Good. Right hand on your tummy, left hand on the sacrum. So that as you turn your pelvis, you're really aware of the movement at the hips, at the pelvis. The feet stay anchored. The legs are strong. Turn as far as you can. Nice work. Let's bring the arms up from the shoulders. So if you looked at you from above, your legs are going in one part of the cross and your arms in the other, like an X. X marks the spot around your center of gravity. All right, and then we're going to try and keep turning the arms until your arms are parallel with the sides of the mat. Looking back up. Bring your hands to your heart, stepping forward and balance on your left foot. Whoa. We're going to reach out with the right foot in front. And you're going to reach into the air and feel around as far as you can reach. Oh, as high as you can reach. As far as you can reach. I put a plant in the way. The hazard of your lounge room, Zoom yoga. And then feet hip width and parallel. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, Uttanasana, and we'll put the hands on the floor and step the left foot back. And this time we're going to bend the right knee and come up to stand, lift the torso again. So we're balanced on the leg, kind of for Virabhadrasana 1, facing forward. Feet are still about hip width and parallel, but the back heel won't be on the floor, but really press through the back heel so the back leg is straight, front leg is bent. Lifting the belly. Okay, we can do the same thing with the torso. So left hand onto the belly, right hand onto the sacrum. Turn the hips to the right side. Good. Drop the hips a little closer to the floor and really lift the core of the body. Good. Bring the arms out from the shoulders so the arms are parallel to the edges of the mat. Beautiful. Look back to the front. Bring your hands in front of your heart. We're going to step forward and balance onto the right foot. And reach out with your left foot in front. So you were feeling in the air for something. Out as far as you can. And then lifting high. And trying to reach. Beautiful. And put that foot back down. Feet hip width and parallel. Inhale, arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Big step back with the right foot. Bend your front leg. Feet about hip width and parallel. And we're going to lift the torso. So we're in a Virabhadrasana 1 position. Really stretch back through the back leg. Right hand onto the tummy. Left hand onto the sacrum. And let's turn the hips to the left side. Feeling that center of gravity. Straighten your back leg. Drop the hips a little more. Turning the torso. We're going to take the arms out from the heart, from the shoulders, really reach them, and then turn the chest, turn the left arm back, trying to reach as far as you can. Keep the torso upright. Straighten the back leg. Beautiful. Come back to center. We're going to step forward, balance on the left leg. Reach out in front of you with your right leg as though you're reaching for something in the air. Reach as low, as far as you can, as high as you can. And then place that foot back down. I'm having trouble with my left Achilles today, so that side is wobbly. Finding your good foundation. Feet under your hips. Feet hip width parallel. Urdhva Hastasana and Uttanasana. Feel the bones of your spine embedded into the front of your torso. Find a stretch for your legs without compromising that healthy spine. Back of the neck long. And alternate stretching one leg too straight and the other leg bent. Follow the flow of your breath. Beautiful. Squat down and don't take your heels off the floor. Lift the pelvic floor, lift the torso, bring the hands in front of your heart. Press into your heels and lifting up. Good. And one more sequence like that. Arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, Uttanasana. Appreciating your healthy spine. Good. Play around with stretching your legs, and that might be alternating the stretch from side to side. One leg and then the other. Feeling the flow of breath, of movement along the spine, through the back of the neck. Good. Back to center and then squatting, just to where you can keep your heels on the floor. Lift your torso, bring the hands in front of your heart, press your heels. And lifting up. Urdhva Hastasana and Tadasana. Good. And then we're going to come down to sitting, and you can practice your sitting without using your hands, or use your hands and your wisdom. Legs straight out in front. If I fit into the frame still. Now I'm sitting on the blanket and grab hold of gluteus and pull them back out of the way so that your sit bones are what you're sitting on. And if you have trouble doing that and balancing on the sit bones, you feel like your back is being pulled back by the tightness in your back of the legs, put your hands behind you. Just give yourself a little bit of a helping hand. If you're fine sitting up tall, then with that, just rest your hands. We're going to press out through the soles of the feet and dorsiflex the toes back towards you and try and stretch between all of your toes and try to keep them in one plane. And lifting your kneecap. The quadriceps. And lifting those muscles in your lower back so that you're trying to embed the bones of your lower back forward. Draw the shoulder blades down, embed the bones of your middle back forward, and keep the back of the neck long. And feel that flow of breath through the legs, through the spine. Feel the foundation of your sit bone, pressing the back of the leg as you lift the top of the head. Beautiful. We're going to let that stretch out of the legs. So you can either just softly part them a little or sit in cross legs for some spinal waves. I think we're going to do the chin and right at the occiput of the skull. So locate those 2 points on your body. You don't have to use your hands. And lead with your chin and then the back of your skull. And let your spine, follow. And we're trying to keep those 2 points, front and back. The chin and the base of the skull parallel to the surface of the earth and reaching to the right. Let your spine wave to follow. Other direction. Okay, let's change that a little bit and make it the belly button and the corresponding vertebra behind the belly button, and just notice the different emphasis. And now the neck will have a different experience. Good, so we're still trying to keep those 2 points parallel to the surface of the earth or your floor. and reaching to the horizons. Mm. Belly button, corresponding vertebra, and then the upper direction. Mm. Organ massage. Good. And then releasing and laying down. Feet hip width and parallel, legs parallel, arms beside you. With the breath, we're going to lift and lower the hips. Inhaling to lift the hips, feet and legs stay parallel. As you exhale, lower the bones of the spine. Let's take the arms overhead as well as you lift the hips. And keep the arms overhead as you lower down, lower bone by bone of the spine. Ooh, nice move for the middle back. And when you relax all the way down, then take your arms back. Good. And then we inhale and go again. Lift the hips, lift the arms. Leave your arms overhead as you exhale, bone by bone of the spine back to the floor. And then relax your arms. Good. One more. Legs are parallel, feet are parallel, and the whole surface of the foot, apart from the arches, touching the floor. Oh, that's so good. Let's do one more. I said one more. Beautiful. That really was the last one. Take your arms out by your shoulders. Let's do inside edges of the feet together, legs together, and we'll do left thigh over the right thigh. Lift your hips and swing them to the left a little, and knees are going to go right. Ah. And you can turn your head to look over the left arm and close your eyes. Feeling what might be awkward in the posture, what might feel comforting. Feeling everything in its place. Flow of breath and energy and information. Whole body awaits that information. And inhale and come up. The inside edges of your feet together, knees together. We're going to cross the right thigh over the left, lift the hips, swing them right, and knees are going to go left. And then you're going to look over your right. Ah, closing your eyes. Appreciating yourself. Appreciating being present with all the sensations of, of your body. Whether they are awkward or comfortable. Aware of the core, all that core strength as you come back to the center. Hug your knees into your chest and lengthening your spine, rocking a little bit from side to side. And then rolling over to your right. And when you're ready, come up to sitting. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Take the feeling of the practice. Namaste.